1498, a geological team discovered two fault lines running under the temple at Delphi, which led to underground stores of ethylene gas. In small quantities, ethylene produces a mild euphoria and is the key ingredient in the dangerous practice of glue sniffing. In large quantities, the gas is a powerful hallucinogen that produces visions and sometimes incoherent raving. This ambiguity may be the key to the oracle's success.
The basic principle of a good prophet or a good oracle is keep it vague. Allow for a variety of different futures to be taken as fulfillment of prophecy. And the poetry that came from the oracle at Delphi was very much like that. It was often rather vague and was open to interpretation.
Like Delphi, the cave of the Sibyl was also underground, connected to volcanic gases and fault lines.
If you ingest hallucinogens, the brain interprets that as something external to itself, even though we know, of course, it's internal. But that only adds to the mystery and the overall sense of something special going on.
What I feel is particularly remarkable about the current time is that we have a number of prophecies that all seem to imply that something is going to happen in the 21st century. The time scale of some of the traditional South American prophecies is the same as the time scale of the medieval Welsh prophecies of Merlin.
The wizard Merlin, best known from tales of King Arthur. But that was the Merlin of fiction. The real Merlin was much darker, with prophecies that foretold the end of the world.
We went to a real Ding Dong Burgers to ask real Ding Dong Burger eaters what they think of the new Ding Dong King Kong Sing Song Burger.
It's great!
It's so big, it's fucking great.
How about you folks?
Yeah!
I can feed the whole family for under $20.
And with the price of beef going through the fucking roof, that's a deal.
Fellas?
This cocksucker dragged me down here, I don't know.
Just eat the fucking thing.
Fuck you, asshole. Fuck, this little motherfucker's tasty.
Told you, fucking ass.
Ding Dong Burgers, a Globochem company.
Take it from me, I love you.
There is an ancient oracle of doom who is now almost forgotten. His name? Merlin. We know Merlin as the wise wizard in the pointy hat from Legends of Arthur. But the historic Merlin was very different from the popular image. In fact, in the Middle Ages, Merlin was considered one of Europe's greatest oracles. His prophecies include terrorist attacks, global warming, and planetary catastrophes, possibly in our own time.
There are two significant medieval texts that deal with Merlin. In fact, they're so significant that before they were written down, there was very little about Merlin.
The legends of Merlin have their birthplace in ancient England. The prophecies were published in 1135 AD, but were based on texts that dated from the 5th century. These texts describe Merlin as a Celtic shaman, half man, half demon. The prophecies of Merlin ends with its own deadly apocalypse.
The apocalypse in the prophecies of Merlin is astrological. It says that the planets will run out of their appointed paths. And it says that the planets will run riot through the signs. Now, there's only one way that could happen, and that would be if the movement of our Earth changes its rotation.
Like the Mayan calendar, Merlin's prophecies seem to reflect a prediction of polar shift.
If it's correct that these changes to the magnetic poles are going to continue and be as dramatic as they have been described by some scientists, then it does really mean that the nature of the planet will change.
Is the high-tech oracle of the webbots predicting the same planetary alignment and catastrophe as the Mayans, the I Ching, the Sibyl, and the Book of Revelation? Or is it all just coincidence, a meaningless pattern of random events. Throughout history, people have believed the end was near, and they were wrong every time.
You can track people predicting that the end is nigh for centuries, for millennia. It's always, oh, it's within 5 years or 3 years, just enough to collect some money for the collection plate.
The fact is, we can't foresee the future. But what we can do is we can live in hope for the future. We can have an attitude of optimism about the future. And that really is the message of what prophecy is about.
As the weeks and months tick down toward that prophetic date of 2012, we can watch with a mixture of curiosity and skepticism, and hope the oracles of doom are dead wrong.